Hey, what's going on, fellas? And I figured I'd do a tutorial video, and I figured I'd kind of show you guys kind of how I mix a little bit. It's gonna be a quick one, but it's kind of how I mix um, and how I make my kicks knock. So I get a lot of questions about that. Um, anyways, let's get into it. Oh my God, shut that! Sorry, stupid information. Wait, why? Why is it? Why does it keep telling me this? Alright, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. Sorry. No, I didn't. I did not unplug a device from the audio jack. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, so this is actually a track that I collaborated on with this group, I guess, called Drums Are Us, and they contacted me through Facebook. And I'm going to upload the full beat eventually, probably this week sometime. So I'll link them in the description of that. But anyways, so here's what I do for Maximus. Alright, so I have Maximus in the mixer. Here's what I usually do. Now I just kind of tweak these around. I usually always have my pre-band and my post filter or whatever. I really, you know what, forgive me, I really do not know the names of the stuff. I really don't. I don't know the terminology. I don't know any of that. I just open shit up and I just, mess with the knobs. I'm like a caveman. But anyways, what I do is I just crank up the post and the pre, up to about there, as you can see right there. And I have them even. I always have them even. I don't know why. It's just kind of how I've been doing it. And I turn this down a little bit because if here, I'll show you here. Actually, I'll go to a certain spot of the song. Now it's really laggy because I'm on the Realtek speaker thing or whatever, and I gotta so it's really laggy. The song's not actually like that. The song sounds way better than that, trust me. But you guys have heard my other stuff, and you guys know how that I do a pretty good job of making my stuff knock and also be clean at the same time. So, but anyways, so here, let's go to the lows and solo everything here, just so you hear that. Now if you turn this back up, you reset that, well, actually, you know what, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. It just makes it sound a little more clean if I bring this all the way down. So I usually have that all the way down, turn this up to about there. This usually starts a little lower, but I turn that up a little bit because I don't want it too low, because I don't want the whole song being too low. And actually, I learned this from another FLP. I downloaded this other FLP that had Maximus on there a while back, and it sounded really good. And the guy panned the lows all the way to the right, and I figured, okay, I'll start trying that. And actually, I haven't had success, so I have the lows panned all the way to the right. And other than that, I really didn't do anything else to it. And then I go to the mids. I feel like the mids kind of control the majority of the melody part of it, the actual instruments and all that, while the lows do control mostly the bass. So for the mids, you don't want your melody to overpower your drums or your bass. So what I do is I turn the melody down a little bit. This is the mid right here. It does kind of control my my clap and snare too. So I turn that down a little bit, so it's not overpowering it, and I pan that all the way to the left, the opposite way of the low, which is kind of the way I do it. It's been working for me. I can't really explain to you why exactly I do it that way, but I do it. So that's that. As for the highs, I turn the compression off because I learned that from a Maximus tutorial video that you don't want to have them too over compressed. So I turn the compression off for the highs, and I keep it on for the lows and the mids, but for the highs I turn it off. And I have the highs about the same. I don't want my hi-hats and the highs generally control like your crashes, your hi-hats, and all your percussion basically. And I have that pretty much right about even. It's not really turned up at all. Alright, I didn't really do anything with it other than that. Then for the master, didn't really do anything in the master. In order to stop clipping, in order to stop the clipping, what I do is I just mess with this thing right here. As you can see what I'm playing with right now, this knob right here. And I have that turned up a little bit so the clipping stops, and I have the compressor, the compression off. And it's basically that. It's basically how I control the whole mastering for like trap beats like that. And this is kind of the same scheme that I run, you know, when I'm making a Tarentino type beat or a Southside Lex Luger, TM88, you know, any of those kinds of producers. If I'm making a trap beat, that's kind of the setup that I run with. I turned the kick all the way because I really wanted the kick to knock. So I turned the kick all the way up, you know, it didn't buffer or anything, so as long as your stuff doesn't buffer, you know, it's fine. And I put a parametric EQ on the kicks, because, you know, kick without that, here, let me go back here for a second. Yeah, okay. The kick without parametric EQ is very dull and kind of dry, it's dull and boring. It sounds pretty good because I have Maximus on. But see, it's too, like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like, it sounds dirty. Like, it sounds really dirty to me. There's too much going on. So what I do is I drown everything out. I don't know if you're really noticing anything, but what I do is for the kicks, I always turn these down. You know, I don't want too much going on in this end. I don't want anything going on, because you don't want there to actually be a lot of sound in the kick. You want it just to be punchy. You want it to, you know, to knock. And, you know, again, forgive me, I do not know really at all what these represent. I'm assuming, you know, this controls the bass. I know that, and this is probably like, I think this is treble. I'm not really sure, and I don't know what these are. So again, I'm sorry. I'm really just I just experiment. And I just mess around with stuff. So yeah, I don't really learn about it. I just mess around with it. So that's what I do. That's what I came up with. That's what I started doing with my kicks, is turning these two back knobs all the way down, and even turning up these bass knobs to give a little more punch. And so that's basically that. The bass, I don't do anything to the bass. I leave normal. And so here, I'll show you. I'll play the drop. It's not too laggy. I'll play the beginning part of it. Now again, the quality's not going to be great, but that is because, again, I'm on Realtek high definition audio, which is not as good as it sounds. Believe me. Actually, I'll turn this up so so it's not too laggy. So let's hear how it sounds. I'll just play the very beginning part of it.
We are drums. We are drums. 9 lives.
So you guys get the idea. Shout out to Drums R Us on the beat they sent me. I really liked. You know, I'm not usually open to collaborations like that, and really I'm gonna start collaborating with anybody that wants to, starting June. So actually, in about 2 weeks I'll start collaborating with everybody because I don't have much going on. It's the summer starting, so I'll have a lot of time on my hands. So if you guys want to send me stuff, I'll collaborate with you guys on it. and upload it to YouTube and do all kinds of stuff like that. So I'll definitely be open to collaborations on when summer starts for me, which is June 1st, because that's when I graduate from high school. But yeah, shout out to Drums R Us on the beat. I really like what they sent me, and it ended up being a pretty good product. And again, now that's not what I showed you guys. That's not how you have to mix. It's just it's just the way I do it. You guys asked for how I do it, and that's just how I do it. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll respond to them. So I'll see you guys later.